Okay, we want to track conversions on button clicks. Why? In this example, they're going to leave my site and go to Amazon. When they leave my site and go to Amazon, I won't know if they actually convert or not, so I'll take the next best thing, which is the last thing they did before they left, the click. The click is an action where it's valuable because they're going to my site, they might or might not buy something. But I want to maximize the number of people that click on this button and leave my site to go where I want them to go. That's why we're going to put conversions on these buttons when people click them. So they're not exactly the same. I have two buttons on the page. The first thing to do is open up Google Tag Manager. Let's take a look at our tags real quick. We have that Google conversion from the last video. We have no triggers. We have one variable. First thing to do is go into configure for the variables, enable the click items and also the form items. The reason why you want to do this will become clear. Let's take a look at how this button is constructed in my specific case. So it's not just a link, it's a button and it's inside a form. So that's why we want to enable those variables. But that doesn't tell you actually why. So let me give you a very clear understanding. Let's hit preview. Let's refresh our page. And here we can see variables. We can see the variables associated with the window loading. And we can get the actual values of what those are. So let's go back to Google Tag Manager. Let's create a trigger, a very general trigger for just all elements. And it's going to happen on all clicks. We're just going to call this clicks on page. Okay, hit save. Now let's refresh. Refresh. Now watch what happens when I click the page. Did you see this GTM click? That's useful. But when I click a link, I go somewhere else. So how am I going to get that information? The information associated with the click. See, this is a click text. I click to this part here. And you can use these when setting up your triggers, which is really, really helpful. And this will help you scale anything you're going to do in the future. Okay? So I'm on a Windows machine. I'm going to hold Control on mine. You might need to hold Command on a Mac machine. I'm not sure. Click your button or link or whatever it is. A new tab will open. That's not what we care about. We care about the click. So when I click that button, the event was a gtm.click. The classes are those. Click elements are these. It didn't have a click ID, a click target. The click text is buy at Amazon. So we can use these to configure a conversion. So let's copy this. This is a form classes, and we'll just say click text. Let's see if the form classes and the click text are the same for both buttons. And they are. So let's go into Google Tag Manager. Clicks on page. Instead of calling it clicks on page, let's call it Amazon button click. Because instead of triggering this on all clicks, we'll say click classes. We could say equals that. And we could also say click text equals, and then it was buy at Amazon, all capitalization, that matters. I'm sure you can have one of these regex, ignore case, which we could probably do. Let's just shake it up a little bit. Let's do that. Okay. And hit save. Now we have a trigger. So we want to fire a conversion when this happens. Let's connect that trigger to this conversion code. Hit save. Let's refresh this page. Actually, let's refresh. Make sure you click that refresh button. Refresh here. And remember, control or command. So remember, we can inspect it by clicking the actual tag and seeing what it takes to fire. So click classes equals that, click text equals that. So let's back out by just clicking up here, summary. I'm going to click the form here. I'm going to click right next to it. So you saw that click happen. There's a click, there's a click, there's a click. Now I'm going to hold control and I'm going to click. That fired a conversion. That's great. Let's see if that did in fact. Yes, it did. And then let's fire a conversion again. Let's see if it fires. Let's actually reload the page because we don't know if it would fire or not since it's already fired. And it does in fact look like it fired. So use this technique to configure any kind of element. Remember, just add the variables and then use control or command on your keyboard to click the element that you want to record a conversion on when it's clicked, and then just configure everything like I showed you with the trigger and connect it to a conversion code. That's it. Those are the only steps you need to know.